CJ Leary is readying for another AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car assault in 2024. And CJ, you're still a pretty young guy. How old are you now?
27.
27. It's not even 30 yet. And you've been racing AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Cars since 2012. Is it surprising to you still how young you are, considering how much experience you have?
No, I feel old, honestly. I've been around a long time and raced a lot, and a lot of experience. You know, hit 400 career starts last year, and I'm looking at the guys on it, and you know, I feel like I've been racing against those same guys my whole career. And you know, they're a couple years older than me. Most of the guys that are with 400 plus starts. Wish I had quite a bit more wins for having 400 starts, but I don't know. Been through some big crashes. My body's definitely can feel it, but I think it's a lot of fun getting to see some of the newer generation come in and race with us, and trying to mentor guys like Carson. You know, it's fun getting to see them kind of go through the same process that I did.
Second year with 𝑰𝑵𝑻𝑬𝑹𝑽𝑰𝑬𝑾 Motorsports, and obviously you're focusing on your program, but you just said it there. You've been a big mentor to Carson. What's that relationship been like for you two?
We're like best friends. You know, I think having to have some of the tough conversations with him that he would rather hear from me than from his dad or his crew chief, I think it's a little bit easier coming from a guy that does it, you know, side by side with him. You know, we're in the same heat races on the track all the time together, having to battle it out. So I think it's a little bit easier sometimes hearing it from a guy that's done it and been through it. So I think I think it's fun from my standpoint too. You know, I'm real hands-on, so it's fun to help him turn wrenches on his car and get, you know, 2 shots basically every night on getting a winner feature.
You say you're hands-on, but I'd like to disagree. You are very, very hands-on. I mean, this is all really your program. You take care of the car, and 𝑰𝑵𝑻𝑬𝑹𝑽𝑰𝑬𝑾 Motorsports gives you the tools to go out there and race for wins and championships. And you've been this way throughout most of your career. Why do you like working on your own race cars?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, without Brock or Doug, you know, none of this would be possible. They pretty much just give me a blank canvas and let me do my thing, you know, and I think that works good because, you know, each driver is different, and being able to start a new team, you know, kind of off of your base, I think it allows you to come out of the box swinging. Yeah, you know, I think come out and be able to win races and be competitive right out of the box instead of trying to learn their program. You know, I know what works for me. I know our engine package, our shock package, ride heights, our race cars. You know, I think all that, you know, I don't have to work with another crew chief either. So at the end of the night, if we struggle or we suck, it's my fault. Or if we run good, you know, it's on me. So I like the challenge too. You know, it's not easy driving, and it's not easy setting one up. So it's something I look forward to do every weekend.
You're another one of those drivers that had a family member race, specifically your dad, of course, a former Hoosier 100 winner, and you've been around it since just about day one. Do you think that affects maybe the way you look at things as a driver compared to maybe somebody that got into racing later in life?
Probably. You know, like I said, I've been around the racetrack since I was born. You know, I was in a stroller at the racetrack, so being around a lot of really good people has really helped my career. You know, growing up with guys like Tracy Hines, you know, for one. I mean, I think getting to work with Tracy my first year on tour, second year on tour, I think he taught me a lot. And you know, my dad was hard on me too. You know, he told me if I was going to race these things that I was going to have to get out there and work on them and set them up and build them when I crash them. So you know, Tracy was the same way, being able to tell me like it's a big selling point trying to go drive for a car owner that, you know, maybe doesn't have time to do it or doesn't want to do it. If you can kind of provide an all-in-one you know, scenario, I think that's great. And I think it's helped me a ton being able to bring that to the table with all the teams that I've drove for. So and then having my dad on my side is huge also. You know, he's been a huge part of my racing career. Without him, I wouldn't be here either. He's awesome. You know, he's on the tires every night, helping me make some decisions. You know, we don't always agree, so sometimes you know, we're not too happy with each other, but I think we both just want one thing, and that's to win.
You got in a sprint car at a very young age. When was the first time you got to race a non-wing sprint car?
Actually, our very first time we went to Gas City to race, and they wouldn't let me. My dad got in the car. It's the first time he'd raced in over probably 13 years. That was our very first time bringing our own sprint car to the racetrack. But I think I was either 14 or 15 years old. You know, I cut my teeth at Bloomington Speedway, and we got to run at Lawrenceburg quite a bit. So I think that's why I run good at those two tracks. You know, I spent a lot of time over the banking on the wrong side at Bloomington Speedway. So I think there's just things that you learn as a driver and you just never forget.
I want to step back and take a look at your career as a whole. Right now, you're in the top 10 all-time for national qualifying, fast times I should say. You're up near the front when it comes to feature event starts. The wins, if they keep coming like they have been, you're going to be in the conversation one day as one of the greatest. If we take a step back and look at your career right now with all those accomplishments, not to mention a national title go with it, do you think you will be remembered as one of the greats? Is that what you strive to do?
Yeah, I think that's obviously the main goal, is just to make my mark in the sport, and I think I already have. So if my career ended today, I would be happy with where I am. We come out every weekend and try and win and have fun, and if we can just go out and win some races every year, which is what we've been doing, and meet great people along the way, that's what it's all about.
That's what it is all about. CJ, thank you for your time and best of luck this season.
Thanks, Drake.